everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into where we left off. When Tang Zhou finally opened his eyes, he saw Ying Deng standing over him, her face a blank mask. She was searching him, patting him down until she found what she was looking for. The lotus petal. Tang Zhou's heart sank. He thought she was taking it so she could leave him for good. In a wave of desperation, he pulled himself up, leaned in, and tried to kiss her. But Ying Deng wasn't having it. A swift chop to the neck, and Tang Zhou was out cold again. With him unconscious, she easily took the divine artifact Chumo from him. For just a second, her true form flickered, a heartbreaking glimpse of the past. It turns out, this whole mess was orchestrated by Liu Weiyang. He had drugged both Tang Zhou and Yumo's tea, and while Tang Zhou was passed out, he'd swooped in and stolen Chumo. Ying Deng, meanwhile, was an emotional wreck. Her feelings for Tang Zhou were so overwhelming, she couldn't even focus on writing her opera, The Red Dust Chronicle. She kept telling herself that Tang Zhou already had a woman he loved, the one in his dreams. Once he finished his mortal trials, he'd go back to the heavens and forget all about her. Stealing her resolve, she forced herself to sit down and finish the story. Elsewhere, Ying Deng was on a rampage. She was hunting down the flower spirits of the flower clan one by one, draining their demonic essence to boost her own power. Her strength was growing at a terrifying rate. She swore to herself she would never again be the one groveling at Tang Zhou's feet. Vengeance was all she could think about now. The next morning, Tang Zhou, Ying Deng, and Yumo went to confront Liu Weiyang, but he was long gone. All that was left was a pot of wish-fulfillment wine on the table, completely untouched. It was then that Tang Zhou finally pieced it together. Everything that happened last night was Liu Weiyang's plan. Ying Deng wondered why he didn't drink the wine, and Yumo pointed out the obvious. Liu Weiyang never wanted the wine. He just used them to get his hands on Chumo. Needing answers, Tang Zhou summoned the local earth god. Ying Deng, thinking fast, made sure the earth god got a good look at her sword. Lycan, the earth god recognized it immediately as the divine weapon of the revered Saint Emperor. Completely starstruck, he listened wide-eyed as Ying Deng spun a tale about them being powerful immortals traveling in disguise. When she demanded to see the county records, the earth god practically tripped over himself to hand them over, even offering to make them tea. Ying Deng quickly found what she was looking for in the records. It said the Longevity Emperor had once used Chumo to seal something called the demon form, cutting off the evil god's power. This just made her more confused. If Liu Weiyang could already draw endless power from the demon form, why go to all the trouble of stealing Chumo? Tang Zhou then remembered something a young immortal had told him back in the heavens. Chumo has the power to give life, to bring withered things back to their prime. A chilling realization dawned on Yu Mo. He believed Liu Weiyang planned to use Chumo, not just to revive the evil god, but to resurrect all the demons who fell during the great Immortal-Demon War. He wanted to restart the war against the heavens. As Ying Deng kept reading, she found another entry. It described the Eye of 10,000 Demons, an artifact passed down through generations that complemented the demon form. It held the power of all demons, and was embedded in the evil god's body. It could only be removed if he died, and only his blood could break its seal. Yumo saw the mark described in the records and recognized it from Liu Weiyang's body. There was no doubt anymore. Liu Weiyang was the evil god. But strangely, the picture in the records only showed half of the evil god's face, leaving them with yet another mystery. And Ying Deng immediately asks about the evil god, Zhuan Li, but the earth god has never seen his true face. Frustrated, Yumo presses him to just tell them everything about the Immortal-Demon War. And what a tragic story it is. The war, it turns out, was all part of the evil god's grand, sinister plan to rule the 6 realms. It all started with an immortal envoy named Dao Ziki. Zhuan deliberately made her fall in love with him, only to frame her for an assassination attempt. With this twisted excuse, he accused the heavens of disrupting the peace and launched the war. As a final, cruel act, he executed Dao Ziki, the woman who loved him, as a war sacrifice. The demons were utterly crushed. Their fallen were piled into a mountain of bones and sealed away in the Night-Forget River. And the demon realm lost almost all its territory. Speaking of Night-Forget River, that's where we find a vengeful Ying Deng. She's desperately trying to repair her artifact spirit using the power of the underworld fire. Consumed by pure hatred, she ignores all warnings, enduring unimaginable agony as the fire scorches her very heart. She is rebuilding herself for one purpose, to make Ying Deng and Tang Zhou suffer 100-fold for what they've done to her. Back with our heroes, Chumo and Tang Zhou decide they have to go to Night-Forget River to find Liu Weiyang. But it's far too dangerous, and they can't let Ying Deng come with them. They plan a farewell banquet, hoping to say their goodbyes. But Ying Deng isn't having any of it. She insists on facing the danger with them, living or dying together. Tang Zhou tries to argue, saying she'll only slow them down. But Ying Deng fires back, declaring she's been training relentlessly and won't be a burden. Finally, Tang Zhou admits the real reason.
This mission is so perilous, they might not come back alive.
He begs her to return to the heavens and report the situation. But Ying Deng has a counter for that too. "I'm a demon," she says, and sends the Earth God in her place. She is not leaving their side. Seeing her determination, Tang Zhou and Chumo resort to a secret plan. They drug her wine at the banquet. Sure enough, Ying Deng soon feels drowsy, and as she slumps over, they slip away towards Night-Forget River. But you can't outsmart Ying Deng that easily. She was one step ahead the whole time and only pretended to be drugged. She quickly follows them, vowing to help them save the world. When they reach the entrance to Night-Forget River, they're met by a horrifying sight, dreadful spirits guarding the path. Tang Zhou prepares to fight his way through, but Chumo warns that killing them all could release even worse evils from within. Suddenly, one of the spirits spews a cloud of toxic gas right at Tang Zhou.
Ying Deng reacts instantly,
covering his mouth and nose with her hand. Tang Zhou struggles, trying to attack the spirit, but she holds him tight. And then, something strange happens. Tang Zhou's luring begins to react, and at the same time, Ying Deng's Chenhua hairpin starts to glow. They resonate with each other. From a distance, Chumo sees it all clearly on undeniable connection, drawing them together. Ying Deng calls out for his help, and with a single, powerful move, Chumo disperses the spirit, freeing them. The three finally step into the Night-Forget River. The air is heavy with sorrow as they see countless figures carrying netherfire lanterns, endlessly crossing the river. Ying Deng is hit with a strange sense of déjà vu, feeling like she's been here before. As they press forward, a massive rift appears in the landscape. The Earth God had told them about this scar carved by a deity to save a celestial maiden. Ying Deng, ever the romantic, is curious about this epic love story. But just as she asks, Tang Zhou clutches his chest.
overcome with a sudden, sharp pain. Chumo quickly cuts the conversation short, urging them to start climbing the massive mountain.
On Bone Mountain, a chilling confrontation unfolds. The man before them, Liu Weiyang, reveals his true identity. He is the evil god, Chuang. He declares his plan to use Chumo, the sacred artifact, to summon the soul of Dao Ziki. Chumo, enraged, accuses him of hypocrisy, claiming Chuang himself killed Dao Ziki and now wants to use her as a bargaining chip against the heavens. But Chuang vehemently denies it. He would never harm her. She was the only person who ever saw past the title of evil god and truly saw him. The real murderer, he reveals, was Shuo Hua, who used puppet arts to impersonate him and frame him for the crime. To prove his innocence, Chuang opens his mind, sharing his memories with the trio. They witness his past. Born with the demonic bloodline, he was destined to rule the demon realm. But he had no taste for power, and his gentle nature was seen as weakness. The ambitious elders quickly sidelined him. He allowed it, hoping his passive approach would bring peace. Instead, their greed and warmongering plunged the demon race into misery and chaos. It was during this dark time that he met Dao Ziki.
She arrived as an immortal envoy and saw demon children.
Orphaned by war, whipping a statue of the evil god in their grief. Instead of scorn, she showed them compassion, comforting them, and promising to bring their families back. Hidden nearby, Zhuangshang was deeply moved by her kindness. He disguised himself, infiltrated the enemy camp, and single-handedly rescued the captured demons. When he and Tao Ziki met, the connection was immediate and profound. Their peace was shattered when Shuahua and his soldiers arrived. Even when Tao Ziki presented her official heavenly envoy seal, Shuahua attacked, intending to kill her. Zhuangxiang intervened, saving her life. From that moment, they were inseparable, falling deeply in love. Tao Ziki, knowing his desire for peace, encouraged him to seek an alliance with the heavenly realm. Ready to abandon his throne and his cursed title, Zhuangshang planned to elope with her. As a symbol of his love, he split the powerful eye of 10,000 demons, giving her one half and promising to formally propose the next day. But when morning came, Tao Ziki was gone. In her place stood Shuahua, holding the now recombined eye of 10,000 demons. He cruelly told Zhuangshang that once he conquered the 6 realms, he might consider letting the lovers reunite. Zhuangshang was then imprisoned. Using dark puppet arts, Shuahua disguised himself as the evil god and ignited the devastating Immortal-Demon War. The demon race was annihilated. The Longevity Emperor sealed Zhuangshang's demon form away, an act that destroyed nearly the entire realm. Just before his own memories were wiped, Zhuangshang learned the final, tragic truth. Shuahua had killed Tao Ziki, making her believe to her dying breath that the man she loved had betrayed her. As the vision ends, the trio realizes they've been trapped. While they were lost in his memories, Zhuangshang activated a life-and-death array. He gives them an ultimatum. Help him resurrect Tao Ziki, or they all perish together on this mountain. He uses Tao Ziki's purple swallow hairpin as a beacon to locate her remains. With no choice, Ying Deng, Chumo, and Tang Zhou split up to search the desolate landscape. During the search, Ying Deng loses her footing and plummets down a cliff. Tang Zhou lunges, catching her hand. The loring on his arm constricts violently, sending agonizing pain through him, but he refuses to let go. Ying Deng pleads with him to save himself, but he grits his teeth, determined to hold on, even if it kills him. Just then, a cry of triumph echoes. Zhuangshang has found the hairpin.
Overjoyed, he immediately brings out the Chumo artifact.
Seeing no other way, Tang Zhou and Chumo join forces, pouring their energy into the ritual to revive Tao Ziki. The strain is immense, and Tang Zhou, already injured, begins to collapse.
Ying Deng rushes to his side, supporting him as they push forward. Through their combined, desperate efforts, a miracle occurs.
Tao Ziki's form materializes before them. Overwhelmed with emotion, Zhuangshang pulls her into a tight embrace, his voice cracking as he repeats over and over. I didn't kill you. I never killed you! Tao Ziki, dazed but alive, slowly looks up at the man holding her. The love, the betrayal, the centuries of Panet, all hangs in this one heart-stopping moment. What will happen now that she's returned? And what new dangers await our heroes? If you're as captivated as I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do unmiss what comes next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.